Hey, this here's Joel. This here's Molly. My name is Carl. I'm going to take these two on a walk and talk about some beliefs, why I believe in God, the reasons for that. Because if a person doesn't have reasons, well, then there could be doubt. In my opinion, Jesus taught the fundamentals: care, peace, love. He taught forgiveness. And there's a lot of doctrine out there. People will disagree. They could agree. But the fundamentals are pretty hard to disagree with. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. The fallen one, he says, I am the wrong way. I am a lie. I am death. And so, what is the warning that Jesus was trying to give us? That maybe there's a liar out there, a great deceiver, a trickster, fundamentally a master of deception. What is the truth? Well, the fundamentals are a good place to start. That could be a good base. Love. God is known as love. That is the truth. Because, well, deception, selfishness, greed for power could be a waste of time. It could be trickery, and many people could be deceived. And we all face the judgment one day. And we know quite a bit nowadays. We know that science tells us that everything points to a Big Bang, a beginning. And that beginning could be either a material beginning or an information-based beginning, a digital Big Bang. Either it's a material Big Bang, physical objects, or a digital Big Bang. And why that's important is, well, one can ask, well, what can you do in your computer? Well, there's copy, there's paste, there's all sorts of new information that you can introduce, new code, all sorts of new creative things you can do in your computer. Our reality is probably a little different than a computer because, well, if it's not material, there's no material computer. But if it is mind that stores all this information, if God is the computer, maybe he holds this reality in his memory for us, overseeing it. But let's look at materialism. Materialism is a belief in physical objects, like solid marbles, hitting each other and shooting in all sorts of directions. Precise calculations, cause and effect. Not much room for free will. Everything is more determined. If an object is traveling in a certain direction, you need another object to hit it and deflect it into a different direction. This is Newtonian physics. It's a Newtonian type of thinking. So that's what we've had for hundreds of years, and we see that it works, that all the calculations work on the larger scale. And so we apply this Newtonian physics type of thinking to everything. But we got to wait a second, because matter is made out of atoms, and atoms are made out of subatomic particles, which are quantum particles. So that's quantum physics. And that's what everything is made out of. It's quantum particles which don't behave in a Newtonian way. They behave more in an information-based way. You have particles disappearing, reappearing. You have particles tunneling through solid barriers, disappearing on one side of the barrier, then reappearing on the other side of the barrier, solid barrier. And you can't explain that in a Newtonian materialistic way. And everything is made out of these particles. Everything. So there's no line to draw When everything is made out of this stuff, that is what base reality is. That's what we know for certain, that particles are, a particle is more understood to be a probability distribution, where the particle is probably in this little area. Until the observer needs that information, it's everywhere. And that's a principle in quantum physics. There's spooky action at a distance, particles exchanging information instantaneously, which Einstein did not believe in, which Einstein completely thought was going to be false, but Einstein was wrong. And spooky action at a distance, instantaneous transfer of information, is our reality. And so we look at this reality and we think, how is it better explained? A material reality made out of solid objects, or a digital, information-based reality made out of information? And if it's a information-based reality, information is better understood to be held in a mind, some sort of a mind. And we see in John, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So that's telling us, well, what is a word? Word is information, and God is the information and is the mind that understands this information. If we look at reality as mind instead of matter, or as information overseen by a mind, then we see that this could be more plausible. And also, we look at what Jesus was trying to tell us, and we see that, well, all these theories, all these complicated theories could be trickery. A lot of theories could be wrong. They could be proven wrong. And reality could be completely different. Or reality could be calculated in the moment and created in the moment. So all these theories, if they match to what's already been established, can work. So many theories work, but in the end, will they be proven wrong, or will another theory create it and make more sense? And so we're kind of in a position where, well, what is the truth? Well, for certain, what Jesus taught, love, forgiveness, peace, that for certain we know is a life well lived. And so, well, that might be the only truth needed